What is going on YouTube? Hater back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we are going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. Specifically, in today's video, we do need to talk about the recent correction that is taking place on most of the major cryptocurrencies. You can see XRP specifically was in some sort of massive bullish bull flag. You can see a beautiful flagpole. Then we have the consolidation, and we are most likely going to continue this run, but we did discover short term that there was some sort of symmetrical triangle pennant flag forming here, which do typically have a bullish rally to the upside here. We didn't actually see that. Regardless of the direction it broke to, we did actually make profit off of this because we specifically said this is what we're looking for. We have a downtrend, we have an uptrend here, so we have the uptrend and we have the downtrend coming to a point here, and very soon we should get the results of this, whether it takes all the rest of this week into February 27th or we break out earlier here. The second we see confirmation of closure either above or below these major resistances or supports, that's when we can either buy in long or that's when we can either buy in for a short. This is what we were tracking on yesterday's video. You can clearly see it here. If you watched yesterday, you can see where I wrote XRP Ripple holders, time is up. This is my fail-proof plan, my plan moving forward for XRP and a lot of these cryptocurrencies. So we did take advantage of this small little correction to the downside here. Again, it is very short term and we are still trending inside of a major bullish flag right here, a bullish movement. I forgot what I used to call this, but a major bull flag right here. And this obviously has a bullish bias, which I do expect to see happen here. But as expected, we did see more of a short-term correction here. Once we either find the bottom or at some point when we find the bottom, we should be breaking upwards out of that. But that could take a couple of days, if not a couple of weeks. Regardless, we were able to capitalize off the run to the downside, so that is exciting. And we do have other things to talk about besides just XRP. Looking at things like Ethereum here, correcting back down inside its sideways channel here, clear as day. Not necessarily a bad thing here, but this is something that we were expecting and we did talk about in yesterday's video, and honestly the past couple of videos here, because you can see we've done it in the past, trended inside of here, and we're doing it again, trending inside of here. And at some point a decision is going to have to be made, and I think we're probably going to be retesting bottom and then pulling back up, but I'm not entirely sure. Bitcoin as well is correcting. We also made a huge video and talk, we spoke for a long time, made a huge deal out of the fact that we were most likely rejecting off this, hitting this and correcting to the downside, and as an aggressive trade you can buy in right here and short this to the downside. That is what we had discussed here, and you can see that same exact thing is happening on the S&P 500. This is what I was saying, is that if you wanted to play it aggressive, then there's a good chance this is going to correct to the downside, and that's an opportunity that I had presented. Now, same thing is with the S&P 500. This is kind of what we were expecting. We were talking about this for probably most of yesterday's video, that we're retesting a bottom here, and we need to know if we're going to bounce off of it here or we're going to bounce off of it here. And regardless of the direction, it'll probably pull Bitcoin and Ethereum down with it. Now, with that all being said, I want to give a huge shout out to Crabetto for sponsoring today's episode. Crabetto, guys, for those that don't know, is a live casino that has cryptocurrencies and is very easy to use. It's a really cool platform that I will talk about a little bit later on in today's video. But with that being said, more information about Crabetto is down in the description below. With that also being said, they should smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's dive into today's episode. So there's lots of important things to definitely go over and discuss in today's video. We're down 2.62%, really teeter-tottering on the $1 trillion global crypto market cap here, literally hanging on for dear life, hodling as we head to the downside here. Markets are starting to skew lower. This is the dump that we were expecting. Correction. Everything is falling to the downside here, and we've been waiting patiently for that to happen. I mentioned in my videos, you can see if I pull it up super quick, that the past, I think it was yesterday, you could see I said only one day left, and then I said happening today, and we literally called it right on the head. We were watching the beautiful symmetrical triangle. We didn't know, obviously, if we'd be breaking bullish or bearish, but we can finalize when the time it is going to most likely do that. And then you can see this was yesterday's video saying it's happening today, and as you guys can clearly tell, that is exactly what took place here, with almost all the cryptocurrencies sliding to the downside, with Bitcoin down 3.14% over the past 24 hours, but 6.3% over the week. And a lot of these cryptocurrencies are down about 10-ish 6 to 10-ish% overall here. But exciting to see the correction here. This is something that we called for. It was a small little opportunity here that I'd probably cash out of right now, given that this is a symmetrical triangle here and we're falling, and most likely the lowest point we'll probably go down to is 36 cents, but we are kind of finding some sort of support right now as we retest the bottom oversold line. But you can see clear as day here, the second we confirm closure above this major resistance here, we confirmed on the 4-hour, we did have opportunity and more play. There's honestly a good chance this is going to continue to slide downwards here. Although it is the weekend now and the markets are closed, it might head a little bit lower into next week as well. So definitely something to pay attention to. But regardless, for XRP specifically, we are still yet again inside a major kind of bull flag here. And this does have a bullish bias, so keep that in mind long term, that we're probably going to slide down to a bottom or down to the lowest point here, and then we're going to reverse out of it. But with that all being said, I do want to talk a little bit more about Crabetto with you, though. I want to give a huge shout out to Crabetto for sponsoring today's episode. As with all cryptocurrency projects, please do your own research and never invest anything you can't afford to lose, especially when it comes to betting. So guys, the world's first decentralized live entertainment platform based on Web3 and blockchain technology is now live. Industry authorities agree that Crabetto, a project strategically backed by Asia's largest online entertainment group with 100 million in assets, has pioneered the industry's first single bet payout system with full transparency of data and zero vigorous fees. The platform will subsequently be launched on all fronts in blockchain while sporting new technology developments, with eyes set on overseas market expansion and building out a new ecosystem for the Crabetto brand. Founded in August of 2022, Crabetto is the world's leading decentralized live entertainment platform that supports single bet payouts. Holding a legal license from the European Malta Authority (MGA), an official license in Colombia, and a legal license from PAGCOR in the Philippines, Crabetto has launched its own physical locations in Europe, America, and even Asia. Now, Crabetto follows the development of the era of Web3 and the trend of blockchain. Now, with the use of Web3 plus blockchain technology, Crabetto is disruptively solving problems like exit scams and rug pulls, data opacity, and player disadvantages. Crabetto states that it has become the fairest, most transparent, and highest yielding platform in the industry and has quickly created a wave of attention worldwide. At Crabetto, their product philosophy is simple: fairness, transparency, and user-friendliness. And with that, just a Web 3.0 cryptocurrency wallet, a user can register and log in under 30 seconds, and there are even no deposits required by the platform. Simply bind the wallet to bet on Crabetto, and each bet will be settled to the user's wallet in real time after the lottery. This is to protect the safety of user funds, solving the problems of trust between the user and the platform. Furthermore, Crabetto uses blockchain technology to do the processing of each bet on-chain, and all data is open and transparent and traceable on the blockchain. Traditional gaming platforms are both referees and athletes with high and opaque fees, resulting in an absolutely disadvantageous situation for users of those platforms. Crabetto, on the other hand, only provides services and functions. The bookmakers and players are platform users, and all funds will be settled directly by the users through the blockchain. Now, moving on, CBO is the platform token issued by Crabetto based on BSC, Binance Smart Chain, and CBO represents Crabetto's equity and is used for various economic activities within the Crabetto platform. Users can also obtain CBO rewards by betting, staking, and referring other users and other ecosystem relevant actions on Crabetto. Now, CBO's demand increases as the number of participants increases. In addition to the limited issuance, consumption, increasing scarcity, and token burning mechanisms that ensure that the value of CBO is bullish in the long run. So guys, with all of that being said, if you sign up now, there are a lot of perks that you can get, somehow even $1,000 in demo money. Now, for the first time, users who use their wallet's USDT balance to bet any amount will get 500 in CBO rewards. And lastly, if your wallet USDT betting turnover exceeds 1,000 USDT, then 1,000 CBO rewards will be given to you. Otherwise, shout out to Crabetto for sponsoring today's episode, and let's get back to the technical analysis. So guys, moving forward and diving into Ethereum, Bitcoin, and the S&P 500, we had a long talk yesterday trying to figure out what exactly would happen with the S&P 500. The fact is, we were falling lower. We discussed that there was no way we were going to continue to hang out at overbought on the S&P 500. The market does not have the momentum and the stability to maintain an overbought market right now, and there's a good chance once we retest and become overbought, correction would immediately follow. We also discussed that there's a chance we could have reversed out of this. The fact that we're closing and trading outside of this purple downtrend here is very exciting, but more so the fact that we could have found a bottom is probably the best news I've heard in a long time. You can see we've created these lower highs and lower lows until a couple of weeks ago. Here we found the bottom back in October. We had another support right here, and we're creating a higher low pattern. What was originally falling lower and lower and lower has reversed to create higher lows and higher lows and higher lows. So this is very exciting. Now, here's the third one that we're pretty much forming right now. The first, the second, here is the third. I'd be very shocked if we go lower than this, but ideally we did fall a little bit lower to retest bottom support at 3,900 points, and there's a good chance we could go even lower to retest bottom support at 3,900 on the dot here. We fell down to 3,939 here. There's a chance we could go even lower. Regardless, the fact is we are creating these higher lows, and there's a chance come next week we could fall a little bit lower, but I do believe a reversal is to come immediately after that, which would be very exciting and very beneficial for the longevity of the S&P 500 as we move forward into I guess eventually March and April here. Now, how that's going to affect the markets here is if there's a slight chance we could fall a little bit lower, then there's a good chance we'll reverse after that. Bitcoin will see the same thing. I do have a theory that there's a chance we could come back down right here, retest. The moving average will obviously be up to here, and then we'll bounce off that. That's kind of where my theory is. Same thing for Ethereum, falling down to here, retesting what would be the moving averages and bouncing off of it and heading higher. Same thing here as well, bouncing off and reversing to the upside. But this all really has to do with how the S&P 500 decides to move. You can see this got caught up on its moving average on the daily. That's kind of what I'm waiting for on Bitcoin and Ethereum, but we'll see if that actually happens here, because if the markets start to immediately reverse off this, which I don't think it will. I think we'll head a little bit lower here as we're not oversold just yet, but it might pull these cryptos with it. If not, maybe we'll see a reversal and we'll kind of trend inside of this for a little bit longer. Same thing goes with Ethereum here, but markets are kind of all over the place right now. They're definitely hard to trade. XRP, we know we just had a small little break yesterday that we were obviously able to short using BidFi, our number one cryptocurrency leveraging exchange that we like to use. But for the most part here, we are still making formations. We still have the bull flag. We are still waiting for a bottom. As you know, it's simply put, if we can break through the downtrend here at any point, we confirm closure above this downtrend, we will be buying in long and leveraging to the upside. It's that simple. It's that textbook. As for these other cryptocurrencies, it's a little bit harder to manage, but I do believe we'll probably see something like this. Same thing with Bitcoin here. I think the S&P is going to eventually bounce off and start heading to the upside, and I think that's what's going to pull Bitcoin and Ethereum with it here. I just think it's going to take a little bit longer. Regardless, still trades to be made. This was an easy short opportunity that we took advantage of as well to the downside on Bitcoin, and Ethereum was a little bit harder to gauge on that, but it's simply put, if we can confirm closure yet again above Bitcoin on the daily here, above 24/7, we know to buy in long. And if we close below bottom support, we know to buy in and short. But I don't think we're going to see more downtrend yet. I think we're more so bullish. I'm more so bullish than we've been in the past. Probably 60% bullish, 40% bearish. With that all being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe. Shout out to Crabetto for sponsoring today's episode. And I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.